Bull Demon King. The warlord of the demon realm. The 49th trial of the 81 calamities. Protagonist: Bull Demon King. Weapon: mixed iron staff. Characteristics: vast magical powers equal to Sun Wukong in combat. He is bold and sociable and enjoys making friends, but is very afraid of his wife. Weaknesses: too brave and bold. In the demon world, the Bull Demon King is truly a formidable hero. He possesses great supernatural abilities, immense power, and a bold, heroic personality. In his youth, he loved to travel the world and made friends with many. He and 6 other demons, the Dragon Demon King, Rock Demon King, Lion Camel King, Macaque King, Baboon King, and the Handsome Monkey King, swore brotherhood, spending their days discussing literature and martial arts, drinking and feasting. Later, when the Handsome Monkey King was trapped under the 5-finger mountain by the Buddha, the Bull Demon King realized that he could no longer indulge in such a carefree lifestyle. He refocused his energy on business and family. With a keen business sense, he accumulated countless assets, becoming as wealthy as a nation. More importantly, he married a celestial maiden, Princess Iron Fan, further elevating his social status. In theory, with status, wealth, a beautiful wife, and a powerful son, Red Boy, the Bull Demon King should have been living a happy life. However, he never felt truly content, always sensing that something was missing, until he met Princess Jadeface of the Thunderclap Mountain in Cloud Cave. Princess Jadeface was a fox spirit, beautiful and wealthy. The Bull Demon King fell in love with her at first sight, left Princess Ironfan, and moved into the Cloud Cave. He lived happily there for the past 2 years, but little did he know that his happiness would be shattered by his former sworn brother, the Handsome Monkey King, Sun Wukong. The higher the Tao, the higher the demon's power. One day, as the Bull Demon King was drinking in his cave, Princess Jadeface suddenly rushed in, flustered and tearful. She threw herself into his arms, sobbing uncontrollably. Seeing his beloved in tears, the Bull Demon King quickly asked, "What's wrong? Who bullied you?" Upon hearing this, Princess Jadeface became even more furious and snapped, "Isn't it you, you smelly bull, who's been bullying me?" The Bull Demon King was stunned and quickly asked what had happened. It was then that Princess Jadeface explained the situation. It turned out that Princess Jadeface had been picking flowers outside the cave, when a hairy-faced monk suddenly appeared. The monk told her that he had been sent by Princess Ironfan to invite the Bull Demon King back to the banana leaf cave. This enraged her, so she scolded the monk. Unexpectedly, the monk turned hostile, raised a staff, and nearly beat her to death. After hearing Princess Jadeface's tearful account, the Bull Demon King was so furious that his nostrils flared and he roared, "This is too much. Let me go out and see who dares to bully me." He grabbed a large iron rod and stormed out. To his surprise, the moment he stepped out of the cave, he saw his sworn brother, whom he hadn't seen in centuries, Sun Wukong. As it turned out, Sun Wukong was on a journey to the west, protecting Tangseng, but they were blocked by the flaming mountain. He learned from the local keeper that only Princess Iron Fan's banana leaf fan could extinguish the flames, so he went to Green Cloud Mountain to borrow it. However, because of him, Red Boy was subdued by Guanyin and became attendant, unable to return home. Princess Ironfan harbored a deep grudge against Sun Wukong for this, and refused to lend him the real banana leaf fan. Desperate, Sun Wukong came to the Thunderclap Mountain to seek help from the Bull Demon King. Upon learning of Sun Wukong's intentions, the Bull Demon King turned green with anger and cursed internally, "You filthy monkey! First you harmed my son, then my wife, and now you're coming after my concubine. Do you really think I'm so easy to bully?" Being a master of martial arts, and having been the big brother when they swore brotherhood, with Sun Wukong as the 7th brother, the Bull Demon King felt no need to give any face to his little brother. "You monkey, you harmed my son, then my wife and concubine, and now you want my help? You're like a bachelor dreaming of marrying a wife, always thinking of something impossible," the Bull Demon King cursed. Sun Wukong, unfazed, grinned and said, "Big brother Bull, for the sake of our brotherhood, help your brother this one time." He wanted the Bull Demon King to join him in persuading Princess Ironfan to lend the banana leaf fan. But the Bull Demon King had never been treated this way. He shouted, "No more talking, taste my rod first." With that, he swung his massive iron rod and aimed it right at Sun Wukong's head. He was incredibly skilled in martial arts and possessed immense strength, wielding the large iron rod with such power that it seemed to fill the sky with his force. Sun Wukong could barely defend himself and had no chance to strike back. As their battle raged on, a voice suddenly called out from a nearby mountain peak, "Grandpa Bull, our lord has arrived, come quickly for a drink." The Bull Demon King suddenly remembered that he had made plans to drink with some friends, and didn't want to break his promise. He used his iron rod to lock Sun Wukong's Jin Gu Bang and said, "Monkey, let's pause here. We'll continue after I finish drinking with my friends." Without waiting for Sun Wukong's response, he put away his rod and returned to the cave. Hastily, he took leave of Princess Jadeface, changed his clothes, and mounted his water-avoiding golden-eyed beast. Without even glancing at Sun Wukong, he flew off toward the northwest. Sun Wukong was left bewildered, thinking, "Big brother, we're still in the middle of a fight. What's going on?" The Bull Demon King's drinking companions were a group of water spirits, including dragon and flood spirits. As they gathered, the drinks flowed freely, and soon the Bull Demon King was thoroughly enjoying himself, completely forgetting that Sun Wukong was waiting outside his cave. After several hours, he drunkenly decided to head home, only to discover that his mount, the water-avoiding golden-eyed beast, was missing. The water-avoiding golden-eyed beast would never leave on its own. He suddenly realized and slapped his forehead. "Oh no, it must be that monkey. He stole my mount, and is probably up to some trickery." He quickly bid his friends farewell, and rushed back toward the banana leaf cave on Green Cloud Mountain. His suspicion was correct. Sun Wukong, seeing that the Bull Demon King had stopped the fight and was focused only on his banquet, quietly followed him. Once he saw that the Bull Demon King was deeply immersed in drinking, and wouldn't be finished anytime soon, he came up with a plan. He transformed into the Bull Demon King, rode off on the water-avoiding golden-eyed beast, and set out to deceive Princess Iron Fan into giving him the real banana leaf fan. Although the Bull Demon King had guessed Sun Wukong's intentions, he was still a step too late. When he arrived at the banana leaf cave, Princess Iron Fan was already crying. Seeing him, she scolded through her tears, "You wretched bull! How could you be so careless, letting that monkey steal your water-avoiding golden-eyed beast, and come here to deceive me?" It turned out that Sun Wukong, disguised as the Bull Demon King, had already tricked Princess Iron Fan into handing over the banana leaf fan. To the Bull Demon King, this was a humiliation beyond measure. Gritting his teeth, he said to Princess Iron Fan, "My lady, wait here, I'm going to settle the score with that monkey." With that, he grabbed 2 Qingfeng swords from a maid and stormed out, seething with anger. Although the Bull Demon King looked rugged, he was far from being just brawn without brains. In fact, he was quite clever. He knew that if he caught up with Sun Wukong and tried to take back the banana leaf fan by force, it might not succeed. So what should he do? He realized that the only way was to outwit him. But how? Suddenly, an idea came to him. With a quick transformation, he changed into the appearance of Zubaji, grinning as he muttered to himself, "Monkey, if you can transform, so can I." The Bull Demon King also possessed the 72 transformations, just like Sun Wukong. During his travels long ago, he had seen Zubaji once, so he could mimic his appearance. He believed that Sun Wukong, having just deceived Princess Iron Fan and feeling triumphant, would likely let his guard down. This is the perfect opportunity. A group ambush on the Bull Demon King ensued. Soon the Bull Demon King caught up with Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong was leisurely flying ahead on his somersault cloud, carrying the banana leaf fan. As he flew, he complained to himself, "What bad luck. I know how to make this fan bigger, but I have no idea how to shrink it." It turned out that the banana leaf fan could change size at will. Princess Iron Fan usually kept it very small, hidden in her mouth. After Sun Wukong, disguised as the Bull Demon King, managed to trick her and snatch the fan, he remembered how she had made the fan larger, but he didn't know how to make it smaller again. As a result, the fan kept growing bigger and bigger, forcing him to carry this enormous fan as he slowly made his way forward. The Bull Demon King, disguised as Zubaji, caught up to Sun Wukong and shouted, Senior brother, I'm here." Sun Wukong turned around and saw Zubaji flying towards him. Curious, he asked, "What are you doing here?" Zubaji replied, "Master was worried about you, so he sent me to assist you." Sun Wukong laughed heartily and said, "Don't worry, I've already succeeded." "Is that the banana leaf fan?" Zubaji looked at the large fan and then said to Sun Wukong, "Senior brother, you've worked hard. Let me carry the fan for you." Unaware that this Zubaji was an impostor, Sun Wukong handed over the fan. As soon as Zubaji took hold of it, he revealed his true form and sneered, "Stupid monkey, do you recognize me now?" Sun Wukong, realizing it was the Bull Demon King, jumped in regret and immediately raised his staff to attack. The Bull Demon King wasn't one to back down. He swung the fan with all his might, trying to blow Sun Wukong away. However, despite fanning several times, Sun Wukong stood firm, unmoved. The Bull Demon King, unaware that Sun Wukong had taken a wind-fixing pill, began to panic. He quickly shrank the fan and swallowed it, then drew his swords and lunged at Sun Wukong. A fierce battle between the bull and the monkey ensued in the sky, with dark clouds swirling and the heavens darkening. Just as they were locked in combat, the real Zubaji suddenly flew in, calling out, Senior brother, I'm here." This time it was indeed the real Zubaji. Seeing that Sun Wukong had backup, the Bull Demon King realized the situation was dire and decided to flee. He used his swords to lock Sun Wukong's Jin Gu Bang, then took the opportunity to escape towards Green Cloud Mountain. But before he could get far, he was blocked by the local keeper of Flame Mountain, who led an army of ghost soldiers to cut off his path. The deity shouted, "Bull Demon King, stop! Tang Xuanzang's journey to the west is under divine protection. Hand over the fan and we'll let you go." The Bull Demon King, enraged by the deity's words, snorted angrily, steam pouring from his nostrils. He roared, "You fool! Can't you see that Sun Wukong harmed my son and humiliated my wife? I swear I'll never make peace with him." As he spoke, the Bull Demon King charged at the ghost soldiers, attempting to break through the encirclement and escape. The Bull Demon King was truly formidable. Surrounded by the Flame Mountain Keeper and countless ghost soldiers in front, and with Sun Wukong and Zubaji behind, he remained unstoppable, fighting fiercely and forcing his enemies to retreat in disarray. He battled his way out, retreating slowly through the night until he reached Thunderclap Mountain. When Princess Jadeface heard that the Bull Demon King was being ganged up on, she couldn't sit still. She ordered 100 or so little demons from Cloud Cave, each armed, to rush to his aid. These demons were highly skilled, and their ferocious assault drove Sun Wukong, Zubaji, the Keeper and the ghost soldiers into retreat. After a full day of fighting, the Bull Demon King finally emerged victorious. Feeling triumphant, he laughed heartily as he returned to Cloud Cave. Sun Wukong shouldn't be coming back, he thought. But just as he was about to rest, he suddenly heard Zubaji's taunting voice again. "Old bull, if you don't come out, we'll smash down your cave door." The Bull Demon King flew into a rage. This was too much. Grabbing his twin swords, he charged out to fight Sun Wukong and Zubaji once more. However, after battling all night, he was already exhausted and had little strength left. After just a few dozen rounds, he began to falter. He tried to retreat back into the cave, but upon reaching the entrance, he found the Keeper and his ghost soldiers blocking the way. "Surrender," the Keeper demanded. It turned out that this was a trap set by Sun Wukong, Zubaji and the Keeper. They deliberately provoked the Bull Demon King with insults outside the cave, to enrage him. Once he came out, they had the entrance blocked, trapping him outside so he couldn't retreat and slowly wearing him down. Bull Demon King and Sun Wukong duel. Seeing he couldn't return to Cloud Cave, the Bull Demon King transformed into a swan and soared into the sky. Sun Wukong sheathed his Jin Gu Bang and transformed into a sea eagle, swooping down and biting the swan's neck. The Bull Demon King, alarmed, flapped his wings and transformed into a yellow eagle to peck at the sea eagle. Sun Wukong, unwilling to back down, changed into a black phoenix with giant claws and attacked the yellow eagle. Realizing he couldn't fend off the attacks, the Bull Demon King transformed into a white crane and flew south. Sun Wukong, smirking, transformed into a red phoenix and pursued the white crane. Seeing he couldn't escape by flying, the Bull Demon King landed and turned into a fragrant musk deer, chewing on grass to hide from Sun Wukong. However, Sun Wukong, with his keen eyes, spotted him instantly, and transformed into a fierce tiger to pounce on the musk deer. Desperate, the Bull Demon King changed into a leopard to fight back. Sun Wukong didn't flinch, shifting into a golden-eyed lion to battle the leopard. Unable to match Sun Wukong, the Bull Demon King transformed into a giant bear, roaring thunderously. Sun Wukong, not backing down, turned into a giant elephant, wrapping its trunk around the bear. With no other options, the Bull Demon King revealed his true form as a massive white bull, towering like a mountain with eyes like moons and sharp horns like great blades. He roared, "Monkey, you can't defeat me." Sun Wukong also showed his true form, becoming a gigantic monkey wielding his staff, and the two engaged in a colossal battle that shook the heavens and the earth. As they fought, a host of deities arrived, having come to assist Sun Wukong in borrowing the banana leaf fan to cross Flame Mountain. However, the Bull Demon King, in his true form, was fearless. He charged with his sharp horns, causing chaos among the deities who cried out in distress. But as the enemies swarmed around him, he had no choice but to break through a gap and flee toward the banana leaf cave. Upon reaching the cave, he spat out the banana leaf fan and handed it to Princess Iron Fan, saying, "Madam, I've retrieved the fan." Seeing the increasing number of pursuers and fearing for his safety, Princess Iron Fan tearfully urged, "Forget the fan, let's give it to the monkeys and call off the attack." The Bull Demon King, defiant, declared, "I'll never surrender, even if it means death." He took up 2 swords, charged out of the cave, and fought with Sun Wukong and Zubaji again. This time, the more he fought, the stronger he became, but the enemies kept increasing. He fled north and encountered the Vajra of 5-Platform Mountain, south, the Vajra of Ma Mountain, east, the Vajra of Mount Sumeru, and west, the Vajra of Kunlun Mountain. Soon, an army of celestial beings completely surrounded him. Terrified, just as he was about to break through, Li Jing arrived with Neza and the giant spirit god. Knowing the situation was dire, he turned into a giant white bull and charged at them. But Neza transformed into a 3-headed, 6-armed being, jumped onto the bull's back and said with a grin, "I love bullfighting." With that, he raised his sword and struck at the bull's head. With one blow, he chopped off the bull's head. But the Bull Demon King was powerful. A new head grew immediately. Each time a head was cut off, another grew. After Neza had chopped off 9 heads, the Bull Demon King was left with 1. Realizing the danger, he shouted, "Stop! I surrender." If the last head had been cut off, he would have died. Neza paused and, seeing his surrender, tied a rope through the bull's nostrils, making the Bull Demon King completely submissive. Though the Bull Demon King was a formidable hero, he ultimately became a prisoner with a rope through his nose. And of course, the banana leaf fan wasn't saved. To rescue him, Princess Iron Fan had to give the fan to Sun Wukong. Although Tang Seng and his disciples finally obtained the fan, the Bull Demon King's immense power caused them much trouble, making subduing the Bull Demon King the 49th ordeal on their journey to the west.